Hey folks, I'm Noah Lynch, and you're listening to the Slawcast. The Slawcast is a coleslaw advice show hosted by me, Noah Lynch, the coleslaw expert. I don't need to list my credentials, but I will. I'm a 2-time Pulitzer Prize winner in the category of side dish nonfiction, 4-time Coleslaw Reviewer of the Year by Time Magazine, and 30 Under 30 Coleslaw Media Luminary. On this show, I aim to answer any and all questions that come to me from you, the people, because not everybody can devote their entire life to coleslaw, and I understand that, and I want to help y'all. So if you folks don't mind, we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. Our first caller's on the line. Why don't you go ahead and give us your name and where you're calling from?
This is Dominic Parrish, and I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
All right, Dominic from Cleveland. What's your question?
Yeah, I've always been kind of a salad guy, like a small Caesar salad. I was just wondering what kind of salad would be best for beginners.
You know what, Dominic from Cleveland, I'm glad you asked this because this has got to be, one of the most, number one or number two, the most asked question I get as a coleslaw expert. That's not to say that you shouldn't ask it. I'm not trying to claim that or anything, but I'm actually glad you asked it. It gives me a chance to address something that's on a lot of folks' mind. There's a lot to coleslaw, and I'm not going to claim to be able to cover it all here. We're not looking for the perfect coleslaw here. We're looking for a good beginner coleslaw for Mr. Dominic from Cleveland. So on a basic level, you've got creamy coleslaw and vinegar-based coleslaw. And if you're already feeling a little overwhelmed, don't worry. That's completely expected. I've been in this game for 23 years now, and I'm not going to claim it took any less than a decade and a half just to get the basics down. So, as far as I'm concerned, for a beginner, you're going to want to avoid vinegar-based coleslaws completely. Now, that's a matter of opinion, and if you feel adventurous and you want to try a vinegar-based coleslaw, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop anybody from trying anything. Now, the reason I say creamy coleslaw is a vinegar-based coleslaw is going to be aggressive, down and dirty, or just wild. It's a wild coleslaw. A vinegar-based coleslaw is very wild. And we want to stick to mild flavors, and easy to digest slaw, and so I would say creamy is the way to go. And I'd even go further, and I'd suggest, I wouldn't say to go to a fast food restaurant. Do not do that. And here's why. A lot of these experts, and I put air quotes around that, a lot of them will tell you, go to, KFC, that's Kentucky Fried Chicken for all my Euro friends, KFC, Long John's, Captain D's, wherever it may be, these fast food restaurants, and it's going to seem nice. I won't lie to you. We've all been there. You're thinking, I'll sit down and in 2 to 3 minutes I'll have a full bowl of slaw in front of me ready to consume. And it's a trap, and it's a trap we've all fallen into at one time or another in our life. And if you make that mistake once, it's not the end of the road for you. You're still welcome in the coleslaw community. But you're going to notice that 95% of those fast food coleslaws are made with little to no love added in at all. It's just a afterthought of a side salad. And, it's not worth your time. That 2 to 3 minutes may seem nice, but it is not worth your time. I would look for a reputable barbecue restaurant, and I'd call ahead and I'd make sure they have coleslaw available, because a lot of people don't think about this, but I can't even count the amount of times I go into a barbecue joint and the waiter, first thing he says to me is, we don't have any coleslaw left, we're out, and that's just devastating to hear as you're sitting down with your partner or your lover, your family, whatever it may be, and just a shot to the gut almost immediately. So I would call ahead and make sure it's the creamy coleslaw. It's going to be if it's a barbecue joint. If it ain't, it's one of those hippy dippy places. I would avoid those at all costs anyway. If you're in the Bloomington, Bedford area, I suggest Opie Taylor's. It's a pretty good place. But like I said, call ahead. They're real nice over there. Tell them Noah sent you. And that's my basic advice for you, Dominic, and any other newbies listening is go with a creamy slaw. Keep it basic. A nice sweet creamy slaw. Go to a barbecue place. Let them handle it. Don't try any homemade anything. You're not at that level yet. And, the last thing I would say, too, is any beginners, it can be a daunting task to try your first coleslaw. You're used to your Caesar salads, your ranch dressing and your French dress, whatever it is, I will tell you, after one try of coleslaw, you'll be throwing away those other salads. It's quite amazing to experience. And the coleslaw community welcomes you with open arms, So I want to thank Dominic from Cleveland, Ohio, from calling in. We're going to continue doing these episodes, folks. If you got questions, you need some coleslaw advice, call in and ask me. I'm here to help the people. I am a man of the people. So I'm Noah, and this is the Slawcast. Until next time, I'll slaw you later.
I make it rain on the road. You hear the echo? Man, I've seen the best go. Cause seeing how that meadow, I'm a hustler.